So, good morning, one and all. So, this is Jay Prakash. So, our subject is web technology. So, web technology is the technology through which we can develop or create various types of web pages. Okay. So, the another definition of web technology is it refers to means by which computers communicate with each other by the several markup languages like HTML. Okay. So, these are the basic definition of the web technologies. Okay. So, let us go to topic. So let us go to syllabus. So the syllabus, the first unit is HTML and CSS. So here HTML is the basic markup language to create the web page, and CSS. So here CSS is the cascading style sheets. This is used to style the web page. So HTML is used for the prepare the content for the web page, and CSS is used for the developing the styles to the web page. So and second unit JavaScript. So it is used to make interactivity to the web page. Okay, and next third unit, so it is Internet XML. So here XML is used to send the documents and creating the documents. Okay, extensible markup language. It is used to create and send the documents. And next in this chapter, another topic is AJAX, asynchronous Java and XML, asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So next unit, PHP. So it is also used for the interactivity to that web page. But the difference between JavaScript and PHP is, so JavaScript has no database connectivity. Here PHP we have database connectivity, and remaining 5-6 units are Perl and Ruby. So these are the scripting languages. Okay. So this is the syllabus. Now we go to course outcomes. Now we go to course outcomes. So after completion of course, you must be able to design the web page using HTML and CSS. That is unit 1. So second CO2, we have to design the web page using JavaScript. So that is unit 2. Next CO3, we have to prepare XML documents to store and transport data. Okay. Next fourth CO4, we have to build dynamic website using PHP programming and database connectivity. So next CO5, we have to implement the programs in Perl and Ruby. So after completion of course, you must be able to achieve these 5 course outcomes. Okay. So first unit HTML CSS, second CO is JavaScript, third one XML, fourth one PHP, and fifth one Perl and Ruby. So HTML is used for the preparing the content for web page. CSS is used to apply the styles for web page. And CO3 is used to prepare XML documents to store and transport data. CO4 is used to build dynamic website using PHP programming and dynamic database connectivity, and implement the programs in Perl and Ruby. So these are the Perl and Ruby are the scripting languages. Okay. So this is the syllabus. Okay. Now let you go to first unit 1, that is HTML. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is first created by the Tim Berners-Lee in 1991. Okay, so the first version is HTML 2.0. HTML 2.0. So next version HTML 4.0. So next version HTML 4.01 and next one HTML5. So the latest version of HTML is HTML5. The latest version of HTML is HTML5. Okay. So let us go to definition. HTML is the basic structural element that is used to create web pages. It is the basic structural element that is used to create web pages. So HTML, hypertext markup, okay, which means it is used to mark up the content within a document. It is used to mark up the content within a document. It contains structural and semantic information that tells a browser how to display a page. Okay, here HTML markup language, that is the basic structural element. So the element contains such structural and semantic information that tells a browser how to display a page. Okay. So next, there are mainly three types of code. In the web technology, there are mainly three types of codes to design a web page. If you want to design a web page, we have to learn three types of codes. So first one is HTML, that is used to prepare the content for the web page. Second one CSS, cascading style sheets, that is used to apply the styles to the web page. Third one JavaScript interaction. So it is used to add the interactivity to the web page. Okay. So in the latter chapters we discuss CSS and JavaScript. Okay. So first we discuss HTML. So what is the use of learning HTML? What is the use of learning HTML? So first use is, or first advantage is advantages of learning HTML. So first use, that is create website. You can create a website using HTML. If you know HTML well, you create a website. Okay. Second one, become a web designer. If you want to start a career as a professional web designer, HTML and CSS designing is a must skill. If you want to become a web designer, professional web designer, you must learn HTML and CSS and JavaScript. Okay. Third one, learn other languages. Once you understand the basics of HTML, then other related technologies like JavaScript and PHP are easier to understand. If you know HTML well, then learning other languages like JavaScript and PHP are easier to understand. Okay. So those are the advantages of HTML. Next, basic syntax of HTML element. Basic syntax of HTML element. The fundamental syntactic units of HTML are called tags. The fundamental units of syntactic units of HTML are called tags. Okay. So here tags are used to specify the categories of content. Here tags are used to specify the categories of content. So the syntax of tag. So here this is an example of paragraph tag. This is an example paragraph tag. Example of one HTML tag. So I taken paragraph tag. So the tags names must be surrounded by the angle brackets. The tags names must be surrounded by the angle brackets here. Okay. So every tag appears as, this one is the opening tag and this one is the closing tag. Okay. Tags must be written in all lowercase letters. Tags must be written in all lowercase letters. Okay. The name of the closing tag is the name of the opening tag with a slash attached to the beginning. The name of the closing tag is same as the opening tag with the slash attached to the beginning. So that is the syntax, basic syntax of the HTML tag. Next, standard HTML document structure. Standard HTML document structure. Okay, so this is the structure of the standard HTML document. This is the structure of the standard HTML document. So the first line of the code, that is document type space HTML. Document type space HTML. So it tells the browser that which version of HTML you use. Tells the browser that which version of HTML the page is written. So that is the first line, document type space HTML, the version of HTML. So next one, HTML root element. So all the code presented in this HTML root element, all this code are enclosed within this HTML tag, that is the root element. Okay. Next one, head element. So the head element is the container that include a number of HTML elements that are not visible parts of the page. That is, here head element does not contain any content. So in this head element, we have defined only title element, and title remaining several types of HTMLs are present in head element. For example, here we take title element. Okay. If you place any tag in this head element, that content corresponding to the tag is not present in the body web page. Next one, body element. So in this body element, that holds the content of the document, So next, root element HTML. So our standard HTML document structure contains first part, that is version of HTML, and second root element, that is HTML root element, and next one head element. So in this head element, we only gives the title or script, and next in this body element we give the content of the web page. So here title of the web page, here content of the web page. So this is the output for the previous slide. This is the output for the example in this previous slide. Okay, so here we give the title is page title. So if we see the here page title, that is the title of the web page, that is page title. Okay, next in the body, we give first line H1, this is headline. So this is headline. So in the body second line is paragraph, this is a paragraph. So this is a paragraph. So the difference between here, this is headline and this is paragraph, discussed in the later sessions. That is, what is the H1 and what is the P, that are all in the discussed in the next session. Here, next one is the paragraph tag. Next one is the paragraph tag. So here, the paragraph tag converts multiple lines. So multiple lines into the single paragraph. The paragraph tag converts multiple lines into the single paragraph. So here in this example, we give the paragraph tag P, and this one is the opening tag and closing tag. So in between opening tag and closing tag, we give the content. So here the content has the multiple lines. So after executing this code, the output is like this. Multiple lines are converted into the single paragraph. Multiple lines are converted into the single paragraph. Okay, that is use of the paragraph tag. So next one, line break. Suppose if there is a paragraph like this: Mary had a little lamb and its fleece was white as snow. So this paragraph, we give the break to the particular line using BR tag. So here break tag only one tag. It has no opening tag, no closing tag. It has only one tag that is named BR slash. We give the line break to the paragraph. So here Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was a white as snow. So we give the paragraph after lamb. So in the output, there is a line break after the lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. It is to next line. Next one, headings. So here the headings. So text is often separated into sections in a document by beginning each section with a heading. So text, suppose there is a one content, that is of the one paragraph, one document, one page. So we have to convert the page into multiple sections. So we give the heading to the each section. So by using H1 tag, we give the heading to the each section by using H1 tag, and H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. There are only 6 heading tags from H1 to H6. So H1, suppose H1 size is 16, 12, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, that is. The size is decreasing from H1 to H6. So headings is used to give the heading to the each section in a document. So in HTML, there are 6 levels of headings from H1 to H6. So, okay, the size of the font is decreasing from H1 to H6. H1 is 20, H2 is 18, 16. That's it. So here, so in the first one, H1, we give the Idance airplanes. So here Idance airplanes is size is, suppose example 20. So the next line, the best in used airplanes. So that is the size is decreasing. Next we have got them by Hangerful. Size is decreasing from H1 to H6. Next, font styles. So the web designers usually a collection of tags to the set. The web designers usually a collection of tags to set font styles and sizes. So here there are several font styles like code, strong, EM, emphasis tag, strong tag, and code tag. Here we take the example code tag. Okay, it is used to specify a monospace font, specially used for the programming. So your code is used to specify a monospace font that is used for the programming code. Okay, so if you give code tag, so cost equal to quantity into price, so that is converted into the code font. So here the font code it is used for the programming. Okay. Next example, font. So another example of font is the here subscript and superscript. So X subscript 2, superscript 3 plus Y subscript 1, superscript 2. So we have seen subscript and superscript also in the font settings in Microsoft Word or any Excel. Okay, so like this, subscript means sub, X script 2, superscript 3 plus Y subscript 1, superscript 2. So this is an example of font. Okay. So next one, character entities. So HTML provides a collection of special characters that are sometimes needed in a document. Okay. So here in HTML, the less than is specified as the ampersand LT semicolon and greater than. So we represent less than in HTML as ampersand LT semicolon. We represent greater than in HTML as ampersand GT. So similarly, so ampersand as ampersand AMP. That's it. So here double quotations and apostrophe, and if you define 1/4 in HTML code, ampersand fraction 1/4, that is 1/4. Okay, if you define temperatures in degrees, that is in degrees, that is the small circle. So that small circle is represented in HTML as ampersand D is semicolon. Okay, so these are the character entities. So we represent characters in this ampersand LT, ampersand GT, etc. So these are the character entities. So next one, images. Next one, images. So if you want to insert a image in your web page, the tag is img. The tag is img. Here also in img tag there is no opening tag and closing tag, only one tag, that is img. So the syntax of image tag is image space src equal to url space alt equal to text and align equal to either left or right or top or bottom or middle, and specify the border and width and specify the height and specify the horizontal space and specify the vertical space. So first one, source src, it provides a path for picture to be inserted into the web page. So here src, that is equal to url, we specify the path of that image, path for the picture to be inserted into web page. Next, alt equal to text, display a text if picture is not displayed on the web browser. So if your picture is not displayed on the web page, it display a text, whatever we give here text. Suppose alt equal to web technologies. So if you insert a image, web technologies textbook image, so the image is not displayed, so the web technologies text is displayed there. Next, align, so it specify the position of image on the web page. So left alignment or right alignment, top alignment, bottom alignment, it specify the position of image on the web page. Next, border, here we specify the border around the image, width of the border around the image. Next, here width, it specifies how wide the picture should appear on the web page. And height, it specifies how high the picture should appear on the web page. Okay, so next, H space and V space. So it specifies the H space, that is horizontal space. It specifies the amount of white space to the left and right side of the image, horizontal to the left and right side of a image. Next, vertical space. It specifies the amount of white space above and below the image. Amount of white space above and below the image. So this is the syntax of image tag. Okay. Next, hyperlink. So it is a link. A link is a pointer to some resource. A link is a pointer to some resource. Suppose here syntax is a space h reference equal to URL, click here. Okay. So if you click on click here button, it goes to the URL. Okay. So example here, a space h reference equal to google.co.in. Click here. If you click on click here button, it directs to the Google home page. Okay. So here what is the target? So target, I mentioned target equal to self. So here what is the target value? Value of the target attribute. If you give the self, it loads the page into current window. It loads the page into current window. So this is the syntax of hyperlink. So last 3 minutes. So let me discuss what we finished in this class. So in this class we discuss introduction to HTML and what are the course outcomes of web technology and advantages of learning HTML and basic syntax. Okay, standard HTML document. So these are all we learn in this class. Line breaks, headings, font styles, character entities, images, and links. So these are all the basic tags, basic text markup, paragraph tag, character entities, line breaks. These are all the basic tags, basic HTML tags. So finally, I conclude that. So this is the introduction class. So after this class, we learn definition of web technology, technology through which web pages are created, that is web technology. So HTML, that is used for the content, to prepare the content in web page. Okay. So in the next class, we see the practical of these tags. So I execute one code that have these basic tags. Okay. In the next class, we discuss how to execute a HTML.